All right, I'm going to get into the Twitter and Instagram questions now. I probably won't be able to answer all of your questions because I'm recording this pretty early today, but thank you to everybody that did reply to that. Casey asks, which top players do you think will be dropped from their teams? This year, there's going to be a few more drops, I think, because you have to drop another one of your original roster players, meaning like the Flash are going to have to drop either Tyra or Georgia or J-Dub. The Shock are gonna have to drop either Anna, Gabe, or Hayden, and then we're gonna have to drop either me, Will, or Anna Lee, and my assumption would be that would be me. Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of them. Hashtag winning asks, where was Mari? Mari was at her brother's wedding, so that was obviously more important, and that's a once in a lifetime type of thing. And yeah, she was in Sao Paulo for her brother's wedding. Hope Klein asks, right now there's no brand loyalty. Teams keep trading players. Fans have player loyalty, but not team loyalty. How does MLP build that? Just longer windows with these players, and then home and away matches, I think eventually will be great. Hope also asked, why was New York City picked? Because it's electric. She says that there's much better locations that have more pickleball enthusiasm. Look at the crowd. I mean, the crowd was loud and the crowd was packed in one of the bigger stadiums that we've had this entire year. So for attendance, this was phenomenal. Dallas maybe was more people. I don't know. I don't think so. I think the stands were bigger here. So it was an iconic venue, and I hope that they continue to do it there. Joel says, high quality cameras are cheap. Why do we continually have the following? Bad resolution, missing frames, and limited angles. I don't know. Good question, Joel. It's going to keep being a problem, it seems like. Christian Bernardo asks, what are the most impactful teams/players to watch for drops in the upcoming MLP offseason? Said that a little bit later, but we actually do still have an event in the fall, the MLP Cup. I think it's in November. So there's no trades, transactions, ads, drops before then. Curious George says, I think these rollout courts versus the traditional courts has a big impact on these tournaments. 100%. You just couldn't speed up off the bounce effectively in men's doubles, and that's a big part of a lot of people's games. And it's I think, a huge benefit to Andre and CJ, who do love to take the ball out of the air. Like, they're long, it's hard to get the ball to bounce against them. Ken in Brooklyn asks, am I disappointed in the subpar line calling technology? Will this be something you look to address as president? Nah, that's not really within my purview. Like, I think that we can acknowledge that it's a problem. The more that I looked at that call, it did look like the ball was on its way up in the frame that they used. And based on trajectory, it looked like the ball was probably going in. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think that these... I think there are better examples of bad calls to use than the one yesterday from our mixed doubles match. There are plenty of blown calls, so yeah, it is problematic. Mississippi Rob asks, can we get the noise/distraction rule changed ASAP? Anna Lee running straight to the ref on the overhead was a bad look. I mean, I think it's a stupid rule to begin with, but the rules are the rules, and I was going to argue that too. Literally, I just posted this week about how I want to get rid of that rule completely. However, of course, we're going to argue when it's always been ruled one way. You remember back to the beginning of the year when Tyson yelled, come on, in Phoenix, and they gave the other team the point. When it's always been done one way, we are absolutely going to argue with it. But on the flip side, I do think we should just do away with the distraction rule. 100%. Say whatever you want on the court other than out, because it always ends up becoming a problem. Just get rid of it. I think it's a stupid rule to begin with, but it is the rule, and we're going to do everything within the rules to win, especially when there's a precedent that's been set there. But again, very happy to just get rid of that one. Herringbone asks, love watching the pickleball, but why must the players act like they just won the championship after each point they win? I bet you love watching Ben Johns. All right. Is Andre the second best men's doubles player after Ben? I mean, on certain day, I think there's a legitimate argument to that Andre Daescu is the best player in pickleball. He has the most variety of partners, and he's not playing with Anna Lee on a week in, week out basis. Andre and Gabe were playing really good ball together last year as well and winning a ton. So now that Gabe is with Ben, they've sort of taken over, but Andre's winning some with Christian as well. So I think there's an argument to be made that Andre is the best player in the world, especially after this MLP performance. All right, if you're playing pickleball more than once a week, which honestly, if you are listening to the Pickle Pod, let's be honest, you're playing pickleball more than once a week. Creatine has got to be part of your routine. I take creatine on a daily basis. It is not just for muscle, clearly. It also fuels your brain. That's why I'm so smart. Just kidding. Well, only kind of kidding. Strength, recovery, focus. It's like putting premium gas in your tank. Momentous just made it easy with their new creatine lemon. Creapure from Germany, no fillers, NSF certified for sport, so you know that it's clean. The new lemon travel packs taste like lemonade and they just mix into your water in seconds. Go to livemomentous.com, use code the DINK to save up to 35% on your first order. That's a good discount code. That's the code the DINK at livemomentous.com. Play harder, recover faster, and stay sharp with Momentous. Pretty much everybody should be taking creatine. Definitely helps your game and it helps your mental capacity. That's how I can do these pickle pods on Mondays after long weekends of playing or sitting on the bench. Yeah. Anyway, that's Momentous, creatine, awesome stuff. Checking out the sponsors helps us as well. So make sure to check out Momentous and use code the DINK. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun,